Hey everybody, welcome to Movie Time. I'm Sean. Right off the bat, big news. Guardian of the Galaxy is coming out in August, and I guess they've been able to keep this under wraps, but the voice of Thanos is going to be voiced by none other than Josh Brolin. Now, they say voice. This has been confirmed by Variety. It was originally reported by Latino Review. So, I mean, you have all these sources that are confirming this, but they say voice. So I'm assuming they're going to do the CGI type of deal they did with the Hulk, or they're going to be doing maybe a bigger guy than Josh Brolin to play him and do, a physical suit, maybe physical prosthetics, but with a huge guy. Now, for me, I don't know which I'd prefer, but if you're doing close-ups, you could probably do prosthetics, but if you're doing a full body thing, Thanos is a big guy. I would say to go the CGI route. Do what you did with Mark Ruffalo. Have Josh Brolin put on the little ping pong balls, do the mocap for it, and then put that on screen. Have his his performance actually be Thanos. So really cool news. I'm really excited about this. Hopefully this is a casting that'll last up and through Phase 3, up until Avengers 3. Now, sticking with Marvel news, it has been announced this past week that Edgar Wright has left Ant-Man. This really kind of saddens me because Edgar Wright's been working on this since I think 2006, 2007. He's been tied and connected to this project since word of the Marvel Universe, Marvel movies were announced before Iron Man came out. So this really sucks. It's been said that there were some creative differences. There was some rewrites that Marvel wanted. He didn't want to do the rewrites. The rewrites ended up being handed down to some of Marvel's actual writers. The script got back to Edgar Wright. He didn't like it and he walked. So it's not something where they hate each other. It was like a mutual breakup, I guess you could say, however good that can be. But Edgar Wright's leaving Ant-Man. I'm a little concerned about that. Ant-Man's just about to start filming. It's supposed to come out next year, so I'm a little worried about that. But at the same time, if they get somebody close to the project to direct this film, somebody who already had a hand in what was going on, I think it can be definitely salvageable. And I'm definitely still looking forward to the movie. I am just a little bit concerned now and a little saddened by the fact that he's departed this movie. All right, so X-Men: Days of Future Past came out this past week with amazing results. It was an awesome movie. I really loved it. I put up a spoiler review of it on my channel on Friday. It was last Friday, and I just really loved the movie. Great film. Not even just looking at it as a film, it's a great movie. As a superhero film, it's a really great movie. Probably top 5 or so favorite superhero movies of all time. Right up there with Captain America, if not better than Captain America for this year. It's there. Great movie. Which is surprising that this movie just came out. They've already announced the collector's edition of the Blu-ray DVD. It looks awesome. I don't know if I'll be picking this up, but it's awesome. It's probably going to cost me an arm and a leg if I were to pick this up. I would guess that this would be nothing less than probably $80. But it is cool. You got Magneto's helmet there, and you got the different box for it. Just looks really cool. I like when some movies do this. DC did one last year for the Man of Steel, and some other movies do it as well. And this one just looks pretty interesting. This one probably is almost as cool as the one that came out for Phase 1 with the Avengers. That was with the suitcase, with the Tesseract, with all the Blu-rays of the DVDs. That one was really cool. This one's almost as cool as that one. Alright guys, the MPAA has put their foot down on the new SimCity: A Dame to Kill For poster. It is a beautiful poster starring the lovely Eva Green. Well, they denied that poster, and they said some pretty like specific stuff. They're talking about the areola being visible, the cup of the breast, all this information. I just gotta say that wasn't cool, MPAA. This would have caused a ruckus, yeah, but it would have been a really cool poster. I'm sure they're gonna put a new poster out that'll probably be a little bit edited, so you cannot see the nipple or the cup of the breast or the areola. But yeah, this is big, like really interesting news. This usually doesn't happen. MPAA just stepped in to stop this before it was released, but digital copies of this still were able to get out. So yeah, pretty interesting story. I think it's really funny. Alright guys, so 3 trailers came out this week that interest me. The first is Chris Evans' Snowpiercer. This is the domestic trailer. Go check this one out. The second is Liam Neeson's new movie called A Walk Among The Tombstones. There's also dropped a poster for this one. and this one looks interesting as well. He's really following in this badass role that he started ever since Taken. And the last trailer starring Jeremy Renner and a bunch of other really good actors called Kill the Messenger. It says it's based on a true story. I'm definitely interested in this one just because of all the actors in this one. I can't, too many to name, but when I was watching the trailer, I just was like, oh my god, I know him. He's a good actor. I like him. I like her. I like so many good actors in this one. Check out the trailer. I'll put links to all three of them down below. In theaters this week, you have two movies that are coming out. You have the live action Maleficent movie from the point of view of the villain. This one's going to give you a new perspective on the story of Sleeping Beauty. I don't know if I'm going to see this movie. I'm not a big fan of Angelina Jolie, but I hear that this one is going to be pretty good, and I definitely think it looks nice, but that's not enough to get me to pay $10 to go sit in a movie theater. So maybe I'll wait for this one for Blu-ray DVD to rent it or something. Second movie that's coming out this week is A Million Ways to Die in the West. This one's starring Seth MacFarlane and Charlize Theron. You got a bunch of other actors in there: Sarah Silverman, Liam Neeson, Amanda Seyfried, Giovanni Ribisi, Neil Patrick Harris, NPH up in there. This movie looks really funny. Now, this is the movie that I do want to see this week. But if neither of these movies entice you or make you want to go to the theater, please just go see X-Men Days of Future Past. It's an awesome movie. You'll definitely enjoy it. Alright guys, this week's movie of the week was The Monuments Men. This movie's out in Redbox right now. It just released over the last few weeks, and I really gotta just say I really enjoyed this movie. It's a very real movie. It's based on a true story. They do a good job of letting you know that, like, showing you what happens. So it's very real. It's very it's like a tearjerker in some scenes. It's very heavy, but at the same time it has a lighthearted, happy-go-lucky feel to it. Some of the music going on in the movie, some of the wit of some of the characters, the dialogue, it's just very natural for some of them. Bill Murray comes off as a very natural character, and he has a very good chemistry with Bob Balaban. They just get along, and they fight, and they get along, and it's just an awesome thing to watch how natural those two like kind of mesh together. John Goodman, great job in this movie. I've really liked what he's been doing over the last, I don't know, handful of years in his life. Not his, I mean, aside from his Monsters Inc. stuff, but his live action movies, I've really liked what he's done. He's really put his stamp, for me, down as a great actor. George Clooney does, he does his thing. He's George Clooney. He's really good in this film. He has a nice leadership role in here, and he portrays that role very truly. Matt Damon, great job in here. He has a good chemistry with Cate Blanchett, and overall, all these actors just did a great job. They have good relationships with each other, good rapport with all the other actors. The story, it tells something that happened in the past, and it tells it in a really nice way. Like I said, this movie's very heavy. There are some scenes where I felt like choked up because for as many characters are in this film, you do have you do build connections with these characters in that quick of a time period, and sometimes it doesn't always work out for all the characters, and it did choke me up in a couple points. But overall, the feeling of this movie was very happy-go-lucky, very cheerful, a very a comeuppance kind of story where the characters in this story prevailed, and I definitely liked that. It gave me a good, after it was done, I had a great feeling, about this movie. I was happy. It was a good movie to watch. It was really uplifting. This movie also shows some history. Now, you shouldn't go to the movies expect a history lesson, but you would hope that some of these movies that say based on true story are in fact based on true stories, and to the furthest extent they can be, based on fact. Now, some of the dialogue might be made up, might be ad-libbed, but overall the story is true to what the core of it was. And in this sense, I felt like it was. I felt like this taught me something that I didn't know before, and I'm happy I watched it. I think this is a definite rent, and if you like history, period movies, period pieces, you guys should definitely buy this movie. It has... when I was watching this, they're driving around in this little Jeep, and I was just looking at it, I was like, wow, that's like very realistic. I love that thing. I wish I had one. It's just a very good movie. If you like these period pieces, definitely go out there and buy this. If you like the characters, the actors that I listed in this movie, it's a movie you're going to want to purchase. But it is in Redbox right now, so you can go check it out. I definitely recommend everybody go and see this movie. It's a very well-made movie, and I very much enjoyed this one. Alright guys, that's it for movie time this week. Remember to click the like, share, subscribe buttons down below. Leave your comments, questions, inquiries, and suggestions for movie in the week in the comments section. Let's have a great conversation. We'll see you next time.